Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another movie review. Now, as you can probably tell by now, we are going to be reviewing the movie Bad Boys for Life. As always, I'm kind of winging this one, and I'm not sure what I'm going to give away regarding the plot, so consider this your giant spoiler warning. Got it? Okay, now let's get into it.
One last time. One last time.
Now, as far as action movie goes, this one was good. Not the best, definitely not the worst. Right about in the middle. But as far as bad boy movies go, this one was pretty good. The action was definitely over the top and a bit cliched at some points, but still enjoyable to watch. The characters were meh, as always, and the plot was decent enough to keep me going. Now, the whole movie hinges upon a plot point based on a piece of character backstory that happened so long before we were even introduced to the characters. It feels a bit too forced, like the writers needed a reason strong enough so the characters just couldn't sit this one out.
I'm done, Mike. I'm a bit tired. Uh-oh, here we go again.
And we had zero context for the first few sequences relevant to the plot, that it would have just been easier to cut it out or tell us, rather than go through the pain of actually filming the scenes. Or even better, let the characters figure it out. Either way, it's of zero importance to the audience. And the shocker that sets the movie into motion was actually really good, except for the one fact that you can't kill a main character before the movie even begins. They even go on and try to hold it alive for a bit. I'm guessing until they figured out that nobody in the audience was even buying it.
We want to thank you all for joining us today.
The rest of the first two acts was just another Bad Boys movie. It was Mike taking everything a bit too seriously and Marcus not taking anything seriously enough.
I'm gonna penetrate this man's soul with my heart. What?
Of course, there was some very bad police work being done by both of them, and as Mike puts it,
Well, come on, Cap. You know I shot some people.
Yeah.
But it gets really interesting right before the third act, and the twist at the end of the second act was really good. The revelation of who they were chasing and who was behind everything was done in a great way, and the audience only figures it out after our characters come to know the truth about everything. The final action set piece was extremely over the top, but actually very good in typical Bad Boys fashion. It kind of reminded me a bit of the end of Bad Boys 2, but different enough where I was okay with it. There were a few moments when the CGI broke down, but overall it was really fun to watch. The ending of the fight, however, could have been seen from a mile away, and the ending of the movie definitely felt like the ending of a certain Fast and Furious movie. You'll know it when you see it. This movie was definitely the best you'll see of these characters. The captain is always fun to watch go on his tirades, and in this one he even gives some pretty sage advice to Mike.
Fuck me! Fuck!
He's a character that I really think doesn't get utilized often enough in these movies, and he's always a favorite of mine when he comes on screen.
Bad boys.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come back?
No, never. Y'all will never do that again.
The new characters were okay, but they didn't really stand out like they could have. But then again, these are side characters in a buddy cop movie, so they were never going to be the focus. I'm not really sure why Vanessa had cornrows in this movie, but like her character, it doesn't really matter. The character of Rita got close to standing out.
You know me well enough to know not to ask me to quit.
It's because I know you, I'm asking.
We knew enough of her backstory in relationship to the characters, but I would have liked to see more of her relationships play out on screen.
You two used to date, right?
Sorta.
Nicky Jam was an interesting casting choice as his character literally does nothing the whole movie. He was just in a few scenes. And since they were putting artists in the movie, I guess they just decided to throw a cameo to DJ Khaled as well.
The streets is talking. That cop shit ain't working for you. Come work for me, Manny's prime rib. See, look.
And let's not forget Michael Bay literally introducing Mike Lowry in a scene to remind us all that yes, he did in fact create all of this.
I'm going to bring up Officer Mike Lowry.
The duo of Will Smith and Martin Lawrence was just as ridiculous as you'd expect it to be.
She must got some strong ass muscles.
It's full of the same ridiculous dialogue and antics as in the first two movies, though not as bad as the second, but not much better at times. You either love it or you hate it.
We're not just black, we're cops too. We'll pull ourselves over later.
All in all, this was a really good movie. I guess third time was the charm for the Bad Boys because this was the best movie in the trilogy, in my opinion. It's mostly just the same buddy cop movie that the original helped make mainstream in Hollywood.
Hey! Oh, shit. Oh. Come on, man. You can get that buffed out. No, you can get that buffed out.
It's all about the main two characters, at least one flashy car, and Marcus Burnett giving away way too much information about his marriage.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, Mike. I ain't had sex in a long time.
It's Mike Lowry being way too over the top with a heavy trigger finger, and just enough side characters to round it out and make it seem real. At least real enough. It's everything that made the first two movies good. At least the first movie good and the second movie tolerable. Everything that worked was just refined and dialed in. It's a good action movie with a bit of over-the-top violence and some good laughs thrown in. But let's call it like it was. This was just a fun excuse for Will Smith and Martin Lawrence to get together and have a fun time. They just so happened to make a decent movie in the process.
One last time. One last time.
Alright, that was my review of Bad Boys for Life starring Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. I hope you guys enjoyed and thanks for tuning in this long. If you haven't hit that like button, go ahead and hit it right now. Just hit it. It's cool. And comment below what movie you'd like to see me do next. These are really fun for me and I'm going to keep doing them whether you suggest something or not. So let me know what you'd like to see and we'll see if we can get it done. So thanks again for tuning in. Have a great day and be sure to watch a good movie. Bye.
It's official. I survived what I've been through. Y'all got drama, the saga continues.
Would you fuck a witch without a condom?